Hello, YouTube peers, and welcome to another episode of What Did You Miss? We have 19 highlights from the past week. Some of these are not particularly long, but some of them are. Let's start I'll just go in order like this so I don't accidentally miss any. Okay, so we had August 20th, trying out Greek, or Drayak or whatever. This is a platforming game.
It kind of reminds me a little bit of like Zerg sounds from StarCraft, but it's like grosser.
So there are like these weird monsters that we have to fight.
I mean, it's just like it feels like it adds
And the art style is really nice for this game. It had an interesting tutorial where I was controlling two characters,
dread.
and then it like kicked me into a different tutorial all of a sudden. Not sure why. That was so weird. Okay, look at this. Wait, here, let's pause real quick. Oops. Make sure the volume's all the way up, I suppose. Yeah.
I love how like honestly, this is so much better than Curse of the Moon for me personally.
Watch out,
I'm
Erlags.
enjoying the gameplay more. Um, character and have a co-op. I don't. It doesn't. That's unfortunate. I think it would be really awesome if it had a co-op mode.
So, look at that. The screen just turns
But
white all of a
that's
sudden,
unfortunate.
as if we're loading
I think
into
it
a
would be
different
really awesome
zone.
if it had a co-op mode.
Like, what?
Um, I don't mind that it's a single player game. I absolutely don't mind. Like I'll play it all by myself and have no
So
complaints.
we were together, like basically in the same room,
Also allow it to be a co-op.
but then it takes us to this scene.
But anyway, the mode like an expansion, but the thing is, it would feel like.
And then it's like I don't understand if this is if the first tutorial was the future or a past event. Like the game is not clear on this.
How do I get it?
And anyways, now I'm stuck being all by myself. I'm trying to progress the story and doing some mundane quests, for lack of a better way of describing them.
Give you a lot of ways to like.
Like, overall, the gameplay is not terrible, but it's starting to remind me of Zelda a little bit, which is a little bit annoying. Of course, there's not the same frustration, but like the progression feels somewhat similar, and I can still feel confused. But that happens in a lot of RPGs too, though. Like um, Romancing Saga 3, or well, the good ending for Bravely Default 2 got to be a little bit confusing as well. Then again, I'm kind of a dummy. Um, what other games was there? So the combat system's actually pretty cool for a platformer. So that's kind of nice. I don't know, it's kind of like a hybrid platformer and action game, I guess. Um, yeah, I still took hits sometimes when I wasn't doing the right inputs or just didn't know the correct strategy, blah blah blah. Yeah, so you can like make food and stuff, so it's got some similarities from other questing games. They try to like add a lot of realism to it, even if it's not through graphics. Um, Overall, I'd say the game is pretty confusing so far, but so far this is the only time I played it in the week. After this, I took a break from it, I believe, and started playing other things. But we'll be back at this following week, I think, to continue playing it. I'm actually planning on doing a marathon of like levels, I mean, not levels, so of games that I didn't beat yet. Um, that'll come like those are like levels that I like gave up on a long time ago, I guess you could say. So we're gonna play like Sonic the Hedgehog 3 or Sonic 3 and Knuckles or whatever it's called. Um, and I'll also be playing Kid Chameleon as well. Um, so this is a spaceship game that I got recently, along with that Greek game. So this apparently we're supposed to travel to other galaxies. I've not done that yet. I just was trying to like familiarize myself with the main mechanics of the game. So I'm sort of hanging out in the early games, so to speak. Um, so and I played a little bit of it off stream, and I plan on playing some more of it. But yeah, I ended up playing it for like almost 7 hours in one day because it was that much fun. Um, anyway, so this next week coming up, we're gonna try to go to another galaxy, I guess, is the plan. So that'll be interesting. But yeah, we actually start in the Milky Way galaxy, and there's all these different ships you can buy, upgrade, and so on. And I wonder if we're gonna get access to more kinds of ships to buy and upgrade in other galaxies or something. Who knows? Maybe not, but anyway, definitely gonna be some stuff to figure out. The neat thing about this game is, unfortunately, although there are no like voices or like cutscenes for the story, like the gameplay is still like really solid. So in other words, like the story is like entirely text based for the most part. So if you guys are not into text based stories, then might not be the most exciting thing for you. But I mean, if you're interested in a 3D flying shooter game, this is a pretty good one. I really like it. Um, there might be better ones, who knows? But this one's pretty good, and it was cheap. It was on sale for like $8, so pretty good deal. It would normally cost 10. That's called Space Commander War and Trade. Anyway, let's go ahead and look at the next highlight. So for some reason that has 2 chapters. Don't ask me why. Like, is it changed title partway through? Next highlight is me playing Feria. I only played this for like about an hour actually. I just wanted to spend more time playing the other games uh that day, such as Greek and the Space Commander War and Trade game. I think I actually had a decent run of trying to rank up, perhaps. I think I got to like rank 6 from 8, which is pretty good. Um, I'll probably be able to get to rank 5 uh, today when I play. I'm recording this now. It's like super early Friday, like just before 2 a.m. So should have been recording this on Thursday, but I was doing some procrastinating. So here we are. I might have lost this game, I'm not sure. Doesn't really look that great for me. Oh no, it's looking better. Ooh, a frog tosser, that's dirty. Ooh, we have spirit theft. Nice. Oh, and I got a concede out of him. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think there was like a match last week that kind of looked like that. It might have been the same opponent, who knows? But I ended up losing that match. But this game I won. I might have even been using a different deck myself, who knows. We're playing against a blue deck with one of those treasure structures. I think I might have conceded this match. I think I might have gotten really irritated. Maybe not. Oh, this is an interesting situation. I think this was a relatively lengthy match. So I'm like, let's get some extra ruby fishes out there. Not sure if this was a great use of my area, but so apparently I decided not to kill his 3-run, which is interesting. Okay, here's what I was thinking. I was gonna stand on that lake where his 3-1 is with my fish, because I can't stand on my own desert with the fish. And then I was gonna attack the structure. That was what I was planning. So I wanted to take that structure down. He plays Fugoro, which I accidentally mispronounced. Should probably do this so you guys could see it better. So I was able to spirit theft his medium-sized jumper. My last nightmare is for Goro, so that way my fish can kill his structure. But I'm kind of running out of Feria right now, so we have to wait another turn before we can do anything impactful. I feel like I kind of like it zoomed out a bit. We should pull that word out. Oh my goodness. The keyboard was like bumping the cord for the microphone. So that's one of the treasure creatures, which is kind of scary. I wonder why don't I choose to play the Windborn Emissary up by his orb? Is it because I was thinking about attacking his 3/8 with it? Yeah, because of that and this other thing will finish it off. Oh, I guess I did play it up there. Okay. So at this point, I was just trying to protect my 4/4, which is why I decided to play the Ruby Fish. So I figured like any amount of attack we can apply to whatever he might play on those forward lakes of his would be good to have. So that way I could step on one of his lakes with my 4/4. Because if my 4/4 steps on a lake, of course I'll generate another creature that only costs 2 and will be at the bare minimum of 3/3 when I play it. Actually, when it gets added to your hand, because you're not drawing it, the Sky Captain actually doesn't give it the +1/+1 buff. So he shrunk my flyer. turned it into a frog.
Frog. No,
And we left his 6/6 there, which is odd. You would think he would at least harvest Varia or make it destroy one of my creatures, but no, he just left it there, which I thought was a very strange decision. It might have been that he ran out of time
you just need to like we're running out.
to make a move. Sometimes the timer in this game is really mean.
To one thing. Is the game that guy?
So he played a 3/6 or a 3/7 creature. Oh, and he also played Famine.
In a close match.
He ended up killing all my ruby fish, which is unfortunate.
Probably rather have double threat.
Oh yeah, I played the 2-cost 3/3 over by my orb. I'm not sure exactly why I did that. It might have been because I was nervous about him attacking.
We have choking sands, but I can't play it and.
So I had a lot of enemy threats to choose from for what to destroy.
Okay, let's harvest with you.
I didn't really have enough cards and or Feria to do as much as I would have liked. I decided to take down his Aurora's Disciple. Now I don't have enough Feria to finish off either of those guys with Choking Sands, which is quite unfortunate. But losing one attack on all my creatures is not the end of the world.
Let's step in front of my orb. Okay. This guy is going to be a. Oh man.
He buffed that other creature, so that way it wouldn't be so easy for my 5/6 to destroy it. He's also blocking his 1/1. So that way, just in case, he can go harvest with it.
We have choking sand. We can actually play it now. Okay, so
he's sort of playing around me playing a structure that would give my 4/2 charge by not planting it directly next to his well. Also, like, theoretically, I could just play another Windborn Champion and move my 5/6 and kill it regardless of where it was. But anyway. So I ended up using the Choking Sands on that because there wasn't a target anymore. I'm not sure how that happened because I don't remember how I killed the Emperor, but
it's flying. It doesn't have jump or anything like that. I'll just kill the 4/2. Play. He's nothing special, I suppose. Let's say if I get the opportunity next turn, we shall see. I feel like collecting areas are really important. I need to draw a card because I was hoping to get another champion, which I did not from harvesting, because that's the easiest way for me to win right now.
so at this point my 2-cost 3/3 has become a 2/2. I'm not sure how that happened. And now it's harvesting instead of actually triggering its corrupt ability. But we were able to stop him from forward advancing with his lands by just having that there as a threat for a while. So that was kind of cool. Made him be on the defensive by being on the defensive myself. It's ironic.
I have 2 of them, so that's he did play what? This potentially getting me back. Whether or not that wow. I would prefer to move this into play.
He stole my 2/2, which was very interesting. It presented me with quite the dilemma. But I actually had an answer for it, apparently. All I have to do is, like, make sure I have 8 Feria and play a couple of 4-cost creatures, or even just play a 4 and a 3 on either side of his creature. And then he can't use the corrupt ability, which I didn't use yet. So I was able to block him out.
Anyway, yeah, that's fine.
almost wonder if like my subconscious was sort of predicting him stealing that at some point. I mean, technically he could have stolen a Sky Captain if he really wanted to, because he does have that one flying feature, but he wouldn't get that much value, and plus he might have already drawn it by the time he would have had the option to steal something. Who knows? At this point, I think he was just kind of showing me what was in his hand. Because I'm pretty sure that that was not what his deck was supposed to do. He was supposed to production something else, not that structure in particular. Because they play for free, but like this late in the game, nobody really cares. Like you get your fairy refunded, but you still have to find the fairy to play big things. Alright, so I ended up playing a match against this aggressive opponent. And I don't have a choking sands right away. I was able to get a 6/6 in front of my orb though, which is pretty cool. And I have a spirit theft, so I figure we could let him attack the 5/3 and then we finish him off. I don't want him to attack a Sky Captain, but if he does, he would need to follow up with a spell some sort. But check this out. He actually does a really good play. He puts a Gift of Steel and a Flame Burst. So that was pretty scary. But at least I got him to spend 4 Fairy to buff it, so maybe it's okay? I'm not sure. I was able to step on his mountain, which is pretty cool, but then he destroys my creature for it. So I went to go harvest again. Let me play another creature in front of my orb. And try to make some more lands, because I need lands before he tries to deny me making some. And then he plays his 3/5 way over there, which is a very odd decision, because it can't harvest there, and it can't attack anything there. I'm wondering if he made a mistake somehow. I'm not sure. But I think the match kind of was over at that point. So that's that highlight. I had some pretty high quality games, so I felt like it was worth it to not, go through that too quickly. Alright, next highlight we have World of Final Fantasy Maxima. So there were some sort of like side quests that you're supposed to do, and I think this was in order to try to get a happy ending or something. It's all kind of confusing, or maybe it was sad ending actually. I'm not sure. But anyway, yeah. So we were collecting more summons or mirages or Pokemon or whatever you want to call them. Final Fantasy version of Pokemon. And we found Bahamut. Bahamut was apparently very upset over the Bahamut King calling himself that. He's like, "Oh, he stole my title," blah blah blah. So that was a pretty interesting event. So eventually we have to talk to these guys, and then we can move on to the final boss, apparently. Huh. Something like that. It takes a while, anyway. And then there's this guy. So This thing actually transforms into this, and so after I defeated this, then I was able to do that transformation. Um, okay. So here's the thing. This is like the best large size monster that I could use for like physical attacks, but I decided to sacrifice it using him for the sake of using him instead. And basically, it's because of how the boss rush works. At the very end, the final boss there in the boss rush kind of does something really interesting that made me decide to use this. So yeah, I gamed over on my first attempts trying to beat him. But later on, I beat him, and that big white boat Pokemon thingy kind of helped me do that. Oh yeah, then there's that quest on the bridge. They want you to collect a lot of different monsters. And it was a little bit annoying running back and forth between the save point and them. And eventually I was just like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm just gonna like go look up a list of what I'm supposed to be catching. There's like the NPCs, they don't give you lists.
Seems like a plan.
It would be nice if the NPCs give you lists, but it doesn't always happen in these kinds of games. In fact, usually it doesn't happen. It's kind of annoying, but whatever.
Okay, well,
and then there's like a fox thing that we're fighting, which is kind of interesting. That was kind of a big deal. Tom of the Fox is probably hyped to see me get to this part of the story, I suppose. It was pretty chill about it in the chat in any case.
Whatever. They're just not even gonna look at it.
There was like some credits rolling and stuff. But there's still stuff to do. There's still post-game content to do.
Well, this might not be difficult to do.
So more of these, like there was a side quest that opened up, which I did, but then there's more stuff too if you start moving around.
Looks so humanoid compared
to.
So
as you can see, I was using my big white boat Pokemon thingy again. And so when you summon it, it's kind of like.
At us. She's like a banshee now.
Anyway, so this particular monster, it behaves like Yuna's summons from Final Fantasy X. In other words, it replaces your whole party, which is pretty cool. So that's neat. Overall, I kind of think it's nice that they sort of like gave us a different spin on the Final Fantasy VIII summons. That's kind of what this game is, I feel like. I kind of preferred the Final Fantasy VIII junctioning system, honestly, over like most of the other battle systems you could use, but it was still pretty cool though, anyway. And it reminded me of 8, I mean, this particular game's battle system did anyway. I do have to say, like, for a while, the battling got kind of boring, but it's like that. The boss rush was actually a pretty good quality boss rush that I had to go through. So, and I hope that moving forward, the battle system will continue to be interesting, but we'll see. Because it got a little bit boring for a while, I do have to say. And that happens in RPGs sometimes. Sometimes it's hard for them to keep the battling interesting with what the enemies can do and stuff. And anyway, so yeah, I actually walked away from that stream of that game that day feeling like, yeah, I definitely want to play some more of that. But we didn't play again yet until, wait, what was it? Wait, the 21st? It was like 5 days later, I guess. No. That was this highlight. What am I saying? What am I saying? Okay. So, yeah. So it was 5 days between those two streams. So that was like when it was kind of sort of getting, whatever. But yeah, so I'm kind of taking a bit of a break from it because there's such a variety of games that we're playing here, and I'm just trying to like increase my viewer counts on average and stuff. And it's like actually like playing Mario Maker and Levelhead is kind of helpful for my viewer count, Anyway. So moving forward, I'm kind of like mixing things up a little bit with my Mario Maker streams, trying to be a little bit more competitive. So I'm doing more of I'm doing less of the building on stream, which might slow down my making in Mario Maker, but I mean it's just as well, and I'm making a lot in Levelhead anyway, so I don't really need to necessarily be super creative and like 3 different games all at once, like making Pokemon decks and building stuff in Levelhead and Mario Maker. Like 2.5 games a week is like fine, right? Like I actually didn't build anything this Wednesday, but I was super wiped out though too by the viewer levels. So I may consider just like I want to always have viewer levels available on the stream, but I can't be bothered to play viewer levels with people that aren't here. I think for the most part, because I have other things that I can be doing if they aren't gonna watch. Anyways, so this was a detailed search course, I believe, and so yeah, there were some really interesting,
Usually, what I'll be doing is looking
strange levels that I was playing that day, to be sure. And then there was a P-switch that I had to go back and hit. This level was not tough.
especially when it comes to
so So basically, on this particular day, I wasn't feeling super good. So, as you might imagine, I actually wasn't trying to do first clears on this particular day. Usually, when I'm doing detailed search, I am looking for first clears. With that said, I was kind of surprised at how high the clear rate was on this level in particular. Basically, everything that I was playing was normal rated in detailed search, if I remember correctly. It was normal rated stuff, so I was just looking for stuff that might be fun, like popular stuff in normal rating or something like that, or at least I don't know, just whatever had been played more that actually had been cleared or something. Anyway, yeah, I just felt like I needed a break from like being competitive on this particular day, and then on the next stream though, I got more competitive with the stream theme for Mario Maker. We actually took a bit of a break because I actually was playing a bunch of the Pokemon cards because like the versus rewards were resetting, and I wanted to try to get as many of the rewards as I could before time ran out. So yeah, some of these levels were like pretty basic.
an unforgiving, easy section that I experienced earlier. Am I over there?
So I was making some comments that the unforgiving easy difficulty is kind of like what my levels tend to do a lot of the time. And so I was able to appreciate the similarity between the design philosophy of this maker and my own. Even though the way he built his level is very different, at least the concept of fairness is very similar. I actually died here trying to get that key, which was a little bit embarrassing. Because, like, for the most part, I hadn't been dying on these levels. And then I just started dying a whole bunch. And the reason why I'm dying right here is because I'm trying to get into this corner to see if there's some sort of secret here. But apparently there wasn't a secret, which was odd.
I guess they're just there to just big point or something. Maybe that blue.
But yeah, that's typically something that you don't really want to see in an endless challenge run, like some sort of like optional challenge that like gives you nothing, and then like you die a whole bunch trying to get it. Like that tends to happen to me in endless challenges, which is why I tend to do poorly on them.
Like when I've built some auto scroll levels, or
So that must have been an auto scroll level. I guess we didn't really see it.
dropping in like maybe it's gonna be
No, that's not true. Never mind. I don't know. There was an auto scroll level somewhere.
for me to play the level.
I think this might have been a viewer level. Yeah, this was.
This one,
And then we had this might have been one too. I'm not sure.
either way, I'm not personally a fan.
Yeah. It shows up in chat that I'm like marking these courses as cleared recently.
1-1, we're on a plant plains. Why haven't you given it the standard tag? If it's just like a standard level that goes into a super world, you give it the standard tag. You might even be able to slap sometimes to do this.
So on this particular level, I was told that there are.
They were all 30 coins.
Well, yeah, it was in the description, I think, maybe. But either way, the maker told me that we had 5 big coins in the course, and they were all 30s, and so I decided to try to hunt down the coins. We do have a channel points option for you can like uh, make me do it if I don't really wouldn't otherwise. But yeah, especially if it's like gonna be really hard. Like on this level, it's pretty easy, so I totally didn't mind doing it.
Might start over then. Let's just get all 5 of them.
But yeah, maybe I started over a little too early because I thought I was like right at the end, and like I didn't even like. I think I forgot to check the pipe, and there was actually like a coin in one of those blue pipes, or in two of the blue pipes at least. Um. Oh yeah, so we found out. I like was looking at this, and Royru. This is very interesting. So Royru, one of his viewers asked him to play this level because they saw it at the Maker Madness event. So they sent it to him, and because he has an agenda against me publicly, he beats my level and he boos it. He actually beat it within 10 minutes, which is about a quarter of the time that the winner of the event beat it in. It's about half the time that my pal John Numbers beat it in. Anyway, so he beat it on stream, and then off stream he played it again in order to lower the world record. So it was 7 minutes something, like close to 8 minutes was his time. Like he had the world record, and he went back to play it again, which basically means that it was a fake boot. Like he should have liked it because he liked it enough to go back and get the world record lowered. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he speedran that. Like, my time was like under 5 minutes, so he got it pretty low. I have to admit, I was pretty slow, and I have no idea how hard he spent on it because he played it off stream as far as the speedrunning goes. So if anyone wants to steal it, try to steal it at your own peril because I have no idea how long he spent on it. Could have been 20 minutes. It could have been like 2 hours. I don't know, but anyway.
That one of his viewers made him play it day. Like on Monday, it doesn't matter. Should I just play this instead?
This was a viewer level, and I actually beat this one. It was really hard though. It had been cleared already, but only by one other person. So I figured it would be appreciated if I could beat it. And honestly, it was pretty frustrating, but it wasn't like destroying my hands like some levels would. So that was nice. There was a level on Wednesday though that was destroying my hands and made me have to kind of stop stream early, and also kind of made me procrastinate with putting out this video. So I'll show you that video later. Ironically, it's also a 3D World snow course, but yeah, it wasn't this one. By the way, I've updated my follow notifications, so it's a Zerg related notification. Well, Zerg and Terran, it's a StarCraft uh, um GIF from uh from the cartoon channel on YouTube. What was it called again? I'm not sure. Like was it like StarCrafts or something silly like that? Yeah, Carbot Animations. Okay. Yeah, he like names like these silly cartoons. Anyways, he has some pretty funny content, to be honest. Anyway, and then we played a troll level, I guess. That was a viewer level, I think, probably. Um, I think we got some maker codes too, a little bit here and there, maybe like once or twice. Um, Looks like I failed to beat that level and wanted them to resubmit it or something. Oh, and then there was this. This was garbage. Yeah, so that level was like extremely precise. Like I actually would never be able to beat that ever. So hmm, I'm curious what he's up to, but we need to continue. He's probably just playing speedruns or something. Anyway, or Tower Trials, right? Yeah, yeah. Well, the Tower Trials are actually pretty interesting. I actually kind of like them. But anyway, yeah, that's Levelhead. We're actually about to get into some Levelhead soon on the highlights, maybe. Where were we? We were right here. Okay. Well, Pokemon's next, apparently. Let's check this out. So, I was playing a variety of decks. Maybe I shouldn't have been, but I was. Like, I didn't know what decks are my favorite, blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, there's this fun Vikavolt deck. I don't really have that many copies of, like, this good Vikavolts, though, like with the Powerful Storm and such. But, yeah, the deck's pretty good. I could see myself playing it some more, I suppose. But lately I've been playing this Chandelure deck that I like a lot. And, anyway, I do think maybe some of the new cards in the new set might make the Vikavolt deck better. Or maybe, because of competition, it might make it worse. Oh yeah, I started doing this thing. I might change the way it's shaped or something at some point, who knows. But right now, it's basically set up so, like, if I'm lurking in somebody else's channel, then we get to see the action. So that like and actually, so I can hear it because I'm playing Pokemon cards, right? Because like the Pokemon's on the PC. So what I might do is because sometimes Levelhead is pretty slow. I might get Levelhead on Steam so I can stream that sometimes. I'll probably like do it back and forth. We'll have some Levelhead streams, or maybe the portion of the stream where I'm playing on Switch, and another portion or another stream where I'm streaming on Steam. Because like being able to stream on the PC is really nice because then I can actually hear people talking on my computer. So that's actually pretty handy, and then we do voice chat and stuff. But yeah, if I'm playing on Switch, I can't really voice chat with people. So that's the plus side to me playing cards is we can chat while doing that. Anyway, and then I have this dark deck that I was using. It's like Pokemon challenges. I actually had a lot of daily challenges built up, and so like trying to do the daily challenges sometimes like distracts me from the versus rewards, and I think it actually made me miss out on the versus rewards, unfortunately, doing the daily challenges. So don't try to Like if you procrastinate too much on those and then you try to do them, it's like it could get kind of awkward. But yeah, sometimes these games I'm like not even winning matches, um, as often as I probably could and stuff, or as fast as I could, like evolving Pokemon and stuff. Anyway, totally liking my Lapras decks. So I was we had some viewer battles. We had a couple of them or so maybe. I played my Lapras deck against him, so that's why he's typed you win because he realized that he was gonna lose. And I played against him also. He was using some Ghost Pokemon with um, my Dark and Metal deck, so I had type advantage there. The second game I didn't have type advantage. I switched to decks, and he may have either used the same one or a similar one that was also had some Ghost Pokemon in it. Um, yeah, I ended up winning both times. He was talking about his decks being post rotation, so he was kind of nerfing himself. I actually only had like a few cards that were post rotation. Uh, illegal. So like one of them was Black Market, which didn't end up being relevant in the game that we played, and the other one was Articuno, which was relevant. So in the case of the Lapras deck, it definitely gave me an advantage. Also, I did have 3 copies of Articuno in that deck. For what it's worth, I only have 1 copy of Black Market, so it's like 3 cards versus 1. This Malamar is actually so amazing. I actually kind of want to rewind this. Like, Malamar has been doing good work in general. Uh, let's watch this game from the beginning. We'll speed it up real fast. Because I think this is such a cool... like, some of these dark Pokemon are really good. So I really like this deck a lot because it just gives you like a couple of cards at a time, you know, with the Bill's maintenance that you need and the underground expedition and stuff. So he has the Bronzong with the ability to let him move around energies from Pokemon to Pokemon, which is pretty cool for him. But unfortunately for him, it's in his active slot, so it might get taken out. He probably wants like a third Pokemon of some sort to be tanking right now. I don't have much else to do, so we do Confusion. I like these basic Pokemon that evolve into things that have things like confuse the enemy Pokemon or sleep the enemy Pokemon because it can help buy you time. In this case, it's kind of irrelevant, but sometimes it's very helpful and can like win you games basically. So red and blue, I'm a huge fan of the red and blue card. It makes the GX Pokemon so much better. I feel like it makes them like basically maintain their relevancy in the face of all these new and powerful V Pokemon. Of course, that might not last forever. They probably going to continue printing stronger and stronger V Pokemon moving forward. So at this point, I'm not in the best of positions, I would say. Um, yeah, like I have 4 energies and nothing to put it on really. Just pretty awkward, so I throw it on the Inkay. I was contemplating what I should do here. Oh, wait a minute. Apparently this was not the game I thought it was. Let's just keep it at double speed for now. Wait, is this the same player? No, it's a different player. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. So wait a minute. Wait. Oh, there's like I just okay. I rewinded too far. That's basically what happened. I didn't notice because they were both playing metal decks. Silly me. I should have noticed when I saw them trying to get a Metagross into play. Yeah, that makes more sense. I thought I'd started with Slowbro V. Yeah, so Slowbro V not exactly an ideal start. But we are able to open up with poison, which is pretty cool. So I'm kind of a little bit worried right now. He doesn't necessarily have a lot of offense right now, though. There's no Zacian V. Instead, he has Zamazenta V, and then the armor boosting Lucario combo card. So it's not the scariest situation ever that I could possibly be in, for sure. We grab Murkrow, contemplate what I should do next. We go ahead for Max Elixir on the Murkrow. I contemplate using red and blue, but um, I realize that it's entirely possible that I could have a Honchkrow in the prize cards, and then I wouldn't even be able to use red and blue to evolve it. Because I only have 2 copies of the Honchkrow GX, so there's a pretty good possibility the second one would be in there. Anyway, I figured I could probably draw another energy. I do reach this moment of indecision where I'm not sure where I want to put the energy. We ended up putting it on a different Murkrow. So we're able to take a look at his deck, or his hand, I mean, because it's kind of small. He only had 4 cards, so I figured taking out half of them would be helpful. So we get rid of his VS Seeker and his Lysander. But without his Lysander, he's not going to be able to pull my Galarian Slowbro to be able to knock it out. And the VS Seeker is discarded because it allows him to pull his Lysander from the discard. So I just pulled whatever didn't have energy because I needed to stall because my draws were kind of bad. So I was able to use my own Lysander. And then he plays an Avery, and I take that opportunity to deny him from being able to knock out the Slowbro later with a Lysander that he might draw into. Avery is meant to counter a specific deck type, which I am not using. So I don't mind if people use it against me. It could be a little bit annoying if I'm trying to set up damage for Zoroark, but Zoroark's not really a main attacker. This deck kind of doesn't really have a main attacker, as silly as it might sound. Um, I mean, actually, no, it does. The main attacker is actually Greninja GX. Greninja Combo Card GX, I mean. Yeah, that's the main attacker. And the red and blue empowers that GX to actually do more damage. So that's kind of how that works, in case you guys were wondering. So of course I pulled the Brigette because it allows me to sort of like get the Pokemon onto the bench that I need out there. It's like I'm benching stuff because like I need to get it out of my hand basically. So I'm faced with another dilemma. You know, I got like 1, 2, 3, 4 different supporters in my hand. So I have to take a while to think about what to do. We managed to draw into Malamar with Birdkeeper, which is really good. The most damage I can pump out is Steelix. So I discarded Steelix. Because I need as much damage as possible because of his armor shenanigans. See, he reduced the damage by 30 by using his GX attack, and reduces the damage by 30 for like the entire game. I think it's a certain requirement, something like maybe it has to be metal Pokemon or something. But in any case, I'm not too concerned about the details. I finally draw a useful Pokemon. I was thinking maybe I should have benched my Wybird. Not benching it might have been a mistake. No, I kept it in my hand because I might need to use it with the drill. And so, yeah, I might not end up having another Pokemon to discard. So I could have used the drill to discard his energy, but I can also use derail to do it. So also, by not playing my Wybird, it also allows me to surprise him with it. Now we have an opportunity, since I benched Zoroa last turn, to do kind of what the Malamar did earlier, which is really cool, I think. Well, at least that's what I would be able to do if I could use a GX attack, which I can't. So this may not have been the game I was thinking of it was either. He needs 3 prize cards and I need 1. So I'm not actually sure who wins here. Yeah, the Zoroark isn't doing tons and tons of damage. The Greninja would do a whole lot though, for sure. Am I really gonna finish him off with a Malamar of all things? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I probably finish him off with the Greninja. Yeah, the Greninja finishes him off. Which is weird because Greninja is supposed to be the main attacker. Of course, we're actually getting more Greninja GX combo cards from the Versus rewards this season. So that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna have 4 copies, and I'm not gonna be able to trade any away, but probably wouldn't want to anyway, I suppose. Pretty good card. Better than the old Darkrai EX, to be sure. This deck is really strong. Like the Rowlet combo card with Rillaboom and or Dartrix. Pretty crazy stuff. So I took out his Dartrix because I didn't want to have to worry about his Decidueye with this deck because I have too many GX Pokemon. But that might have been a mistake because now he's got all these big fat Pokemon that haven't been getting attacked, and I'm pretty sure I lost this match. It was kind of a long match though, so It was a hard fought match in any case. Um, now that I think about it, the shiny Umbreon is such a nice shiny form. I kind of want to put the shiny Umbreon on our screen here instead of the regular Umbreon, because the shiny one, I don't remember what its eye color is. It might be yellow, but like all these yellow parts are actually blue on the shiny version. In any case, but the eye color is definitely not red anymore. So yeah, I can't remember what the different parts are called. Um, there's like pupil and iris, and then there's like another word for a part of an eyeball too. I forgot what it was. But on a lot of these cartoons, they just draw like the two parts of the eyes, which is like I'm not sure what those parts are exactly, but anyway. So I was playing against a Lost March deck of all things, and I'm pretty sure I lost this match. This deck is kind of an older style deck, and Lost March is definitely designed to beat those kinds of decks. I'm actually not really sure what Lost March loses to, because I've never really mained Lost March myself, but I do think Lost March is really good, and I think it's underestimated. Anyway, let's move on to the next highlight. So we have a bunch of level head highlights. We got one more Pokemon highlight and a couple more Maker highlights. So some of these are not particularly long. So we got like a 38-minute highlight, 8-minute highlight, and so on. This one's 58 minutes. So on this particular highlight, I'm just basically building a new level in level head. So I'm doing some playtesting here and trying to figure out what we want to do next. As far as designing this course goes, definitely doing some experimenting, trying to figure out what's possible, blah, blah, blah. Trying to arrange gems, analyzing the appearances and stuff. Eventually, I ask, how are we going to do switches and stuff, and monsters, where are we putting them, and what are we going to make them do and stuff. And a lot of this I still have not really necessarily finalized. By the end of this, we didn't finish. But I am pleased with the progress that I've made so far, considering how little time I spent on it. I usually like to make some pretty thoughtful courses, and I'm pretty slow in general at building this stuff. I don't like to rush it for the most part. And then we came up with a name for it at the end of that. So after that, we had a highlight of the Mansion of Gibber by Radioactive and Inactive. I mean, now keep in mind these highlights may not necessarily be in or chronological order, thanks to the way highlights creation works on Twitch. And anyway, so there was this really spooky course that was basically felt like Luigi's Mansion 3 or whatever, or maybe the first or second or something. Um, I didn't play those games, but I did see some people play Luigi's Mansion 3, so I kind of have the general idea of what's going on. Anyway, this level took a long time to beat. As you can see, it took almost 40 minutes, and I died a lot. I died like around 100 times or so. In this particular room, I died maybe 50 times or so. I'm not sure exactly how many times I died in this room, but I definitely died a lot here because I dropped this package and then I touched the buddies you could see here, so it saved my progress. And then so I was jumping down to the package to bring it back, and it took me a while to do it correctly. Um, but I actually managed to land on the package like 4 times at least, so that was interesting. I fell off a couple of times immediately afterwards, and when I tried to go back to the buddy, I did it completely the wrong way because I was being dumb and I didn't realize that of course there's like the whole floor is spiked, so I don't have to do a fancy jump, which probably might not even be possible. I'm not really sure. But anyway, and then there was like this room, which is pretty interesting, which is all about timing. And this was pretty hard because he had this stuff on the really low delays and stuff. Also, the FPS was kind of low too, for what it's worth, which also potentially added to the difficulty. This section I really liked a lot. This was actually pretty clever because it gave me the idea of like, actually, I realized there was an easier way to do this, but I think honestly though, by making sure the package is not just sitting on the ledge, I'm kind of like not handicapping myself for later because you're actually forced to leave the package here and then you have to do this jump again. So it took me a while to do the jump, but a lot of it was analysis. Then after I had my package, it actually was a little bit harder maybe, but I didn't really die that many times on that room. But I definitely like took a long time to like analyze it. But it's pretty cool that he puts those buddies inside the very, very dangerous rooms so that way you don't lose too much progress. So it was really nice of him, and it made me think that maybe I want to make a level kind of like this too, because a lot of people like super dangerous stuff. So we'll see what happens. I really liked the skulls platform or paths along with the robo factories. That was pretty cool. Not sure if I'll be using that idea or not, but let's see here. So it actually probably wouldn't be such a bad idea, especially if I want to put it in like an enclosure or something like that. The robo factory, I mean. Then we have this highlight where I was playing a level where you have to jump extra high off of enemies, which is pretty difficult to do. Um, this level was actually completely merciless. You have to like grab like these keys and throw them into some key chests, which and it's really really hard. So I spent about 50 minutes or so trying to beat this level, and then I had to move on to something else. This level wasn't too tough. It was a little bit confusing, and in the end, it actually reminded me of a roguelike. This was another one made by Radio Inactive. Um, so I thought that was pretty neat because that was the first time I came across a level that reminded me of a roguelike. So that's cool. And then we have another highlight of me building in Levelhead. So I was basically towards the beginning of build and spent about 2 hours on that, trying to figure out how I would design an auto scroller. Eventually, I kind of gave up on the idea of actually making it be an auto scroller, and I decided just to make it be like giant fireballs chasing you to try to kill you on tracks. So that's kind of cool, or well, on paths. And you have to collect a certain number of gems in order to be able to open up the gate. So obviously, I'm planning on making the gems not the easiest thing to collect. That way the fireballs maybe have a semi-decent chance of catching up to it at the very least. I'm trying to scratch my head, trying to figure out how we want to set up the switches, as well as like trying to figure out the direction for the players, like signage, basically. Make sure they know what's up. So the goal's over here. They go take a look. Oh, there's the goal. And then over by the goal it says Love Gem. So hopefully the Love Gem make them go collect gems in order to beat the level. And we came up with a name for the level too while we were at it, I believe, as well as some tags. Or maybe it was later that we came up with the name, I'm not sure. But anyway, let's just go ahead and move on without double checking. So the next highlight, I was working on a waylay course. So I think I mostly, or if not all, was working on this off stream up until this point. So I was doing some testing, and this was a daily build, by the way. So that last level that you saw, the ice one, it's not a daily build. So I can do whatever I want with it as far as triggers are concerned. As for this one, just trying to work within the confines of the daily build, and I'm really proud of this. I actually have finished this by the time I am making this YouTube video, just so you guys know, and I'm really happy with it overall. We have a variety of spike traps. We got like some that are based off of eye switches, and others that are based off of just like having no sending channel, which means they're proximity spike traps. There's like a slight delay, just as if you stepped on the thing. Anyway, it's surprising how quick it is, and yet how easy it is to avoid this work, because they're all individual. They're not grouped, so it kind of makes a big deal. Anyway, somebody actually showed me, you can sort of like cheese some of these sections, but I was glad that he showed me, and that was cool. That was fun to watch, somebody do that on stream. So I'm definitely liking that we can that Twitch exists with these custom games. It just makes the experience so much better, because then you can learn to be a better player, blah blah blah. And I decided to actually give the player 2 exits. So if you hit the switch, this gate will pull down, and then you can go through that way, or you can actually run through the top, and that's another way you can go without actually even needing to hit the switch, which is pretty cool. But I love the fact that you can have proximity spikes in this game. It makes it just so dynamic. Honestly, it's so much fun to build in Levelhead, and even to play in general compared to Mario Maker. The quality is just so high in so many ways. They're still missing general content, but I mean that's to be expected with being an indie game developer. So I think $20 is honestly a steal. I'd say this game should at least cost $40. It's so good. Honestly, if you literally wanted to buy a Steam Deck or a PC or a Switch or something like that just for this game, I think it would be worth. That's how good this game is. It's basically on par with Mario Maker, if not even better. But they're both really solid games, and I like them both, and will continue to play both and make levels for them both. But I think I do like this game a little bit better than Mario Maker, for what it's worth. The more I play it, just the more I like it. Anyway, so next highlight, we got a Pokemon highlight here. We got 8 highlights left, including this one. Let's check this out real quick. So, I'm playing against another one of those grass decks. I think I probably lost. I think I usually lose against the Rowlet combo deck. Unless, of course, I'm playing Chandelure. The Chandelure deck is pretty good. I actually have quite a few different versions of it now, much like with the Lapras deck. And I'm always scratching my head trying to figure out which version I should be using. Maybe not necessarily always, but I am often doing that. By the way, this in the corner is actually somebody playing one of my levels at the moment. This highlight. This is from the 3D World only Super World in Mario Maker 2. And believe that's Villa Gaming playing, getting stuck. Yeah, I don't know who else could be. Nobody else has gotten to the sixth map on this Super World yet, so it has to have been him. Anyway, yeah, he got stuck on this one for a while. But it's understandable. But he did find two of the green mushrooms. He just needs to find the third one. And he pretty much like explored, I think, the entire level, pretty much. So it's just like there's some clues that he's uncovered that he didn't quite fully wrap his mind around yet. But I think he'll probably get it during his next Mario Maker stream. Certainly hope so. Anyway, but yeah, it's definitely meant to be a puzzle. Now it's just somebody else's level, and I just kept lurking. Um, so I'm not sure if there was any very interesting games or not during this particular run. There might have been. Um, it feels so easy to just kind of like skip through them, but and also there's like lots of conceding, especially towards like the end, like when time's running out on the versus rewards. So if you want like the longer games, you probably won't experience them too often here. Oh, this is interesting. So he has like this super armor that only lasts for one turn on his guy, but he doesn't have weakness resistance. So I'm probably just gonna one shot him here. Actually, noticing I've been discarding my Audino a lot lately. That's usually because I'm already all set up. I don't need it anymore. So this was an interesting match. So the guy has a big ol' loaded up Charizard. I have to stall. I'm not sure if I could even win this match here, to be honest, but let's see what happens. I do get a Chandelure out somehow or another. And he only has one Pokemon. So, but I have a hand full of Pokemon, which is not necessarily ideal. But I can get another Chandelure out, and if I just get another energy, it won't be in good shape. I figured I might as well get the Litwick out too, because I need to buy more time, because he still needs to capture 4 prizes. Oh, and then I top deck the Caitlyn, which definitely saves my bacon. You can just retreat the Lamp and attack with the bigger Chandelure. Easy win. And I start goofing off by playing repeat ball. I figured I might as well be prepared for the worst. Because technically, I could just like discard only a single Pokemon, and that would have been a disaster, but whatever. Um. Oh yeah, and then I was winning games when I don't have type advantage too. And one thing that helps with that is I actually have that Chandelure on the left-hand side of my hand there. That Chandelure protects me against weakness. So yeah, this guy right here, um, so that way I don't take extra from ice or water. So as you can see, his 120 damage attack just at 120. It didn't do 240. So my Chandelure is able to survive that hit. And you know, actually, this Chandelure is actually causing some of my opponents to make misplays. Like, they don't notice the ability that he has sometimes. So, it's maybe I would say this deck is potentially not good enough to win in events, just because. Um, oh yeah, and sometimes I've actually forgotten to burn the enemy with my Delphlox. In this particular case, that it wouldn't have been possible, but um, in fact that it might have happened to that game. I ended up winning anyway, though. Um, Actually, in general, like when you're dealing with V Pokemon and VMAX Pokemon, the Chandelure deck that I'm running here is pretty strong. It can struggle sometimes if they are too fast and if this deck sets up too slowly, which can happen for sure. But it's not like it's guaranteed to happen. But in any case, what was I trying to say? Like the fast setting up decks that are also single prizers, they sometimes they set up faster than this one. Actually, was playing against a Rayquaza deck recently. I was not on stream. It was very. Wait, did I say Rayquaza? I don't think I meant to say Rayquaza. But there's a certain card that I kind of want to show you guys what deck it was, but it's not really important. Anyway, oh wait a minute. Oh, I was playing my dark deck. Interesting. Oh yeah, I actually kind of stomped this guy, didn't I? Yeah. There wasn't much that he could do. Not sure what happened there, but anyway, there's just not too much else to see in the highlight. I guess I did some trading or something, and that was it. So next highlight we got oh actually wait, do we have like 5 Mario Maker, no, 6 Mario Maker highlights? Okay, yeah, I guess we do. And then we have one more level head highlight. Um So I was doing a Nuzlocke run, and this was almost my personal best. Like I got to 20, and so we have this highlight, and the first level was Pac-Man, which is kind of trash. So yeah, for the Nuzlocke, you're supposed to play normal rated stuff, and you're supposed to like not die. So each time you die with a character, then you have to switch to another character, and once you've died 4 times and the run is over, then your number of clears is your time, like counts it in hours or whatever. So pretty interesting rules, but I'm glad that they do have category extensions because it gives players alternate ways to play the game. Um, I would say personally though, and at least in my opinion, I feel like out of the category extensions I've played so far, I don't like the ones that target normal. I think I like the ones that target easy a bit more. Because, like, normally I don't like easy, but having these category extensions makes easy a little bit more interesting. So, I think that's kind of cool. Whereas for normal, I feel like normal doesn't need a special challenge for it to be interesting. And plus, like, not just that, but I want to skip the levels. Like, I don't like the normal runs. I'm stuck with the level when I get it. It can be really annoying sometimes to be in such a situation. Um, yeah, I don't know if there was actually any solid levels, to be honest, on this particular day for the Nuzlocke run. Yeah, it was all pretty much trash. Um, so I was playing a Super World from John Numbers, and we had a 140 coin course, and I first lifed it. It took me a while though. I was starting to run out of time. But yeah, like I obviously could have first lifed it pretty easily if I just got 70 coins and then touched the goal, but I wanted to get all 140, and so I did, as you can see here. So it was pretty fun. So that was within this, which we'll take a look at later because we're going to do this in this order, so I don't accidentally skip anything, as I said. So this was me continuing to work on this course, so there's not a whole lot to see here. You get to see my playthrough of it at the very end, I guess, what it's worth. I'm not sure how long it took me, but okay, so I'm at the beginning, trying to clear check apparently. Alright, I made it to the buddy. We made it to the next buddy. And then I missed the fly block. Time loss. And then I died before I could get to the fly block. And then I died again. Then I got to the fly block. And then we won! Yay! Alright. That's that level. Alright, Alright, let's take a look at John Numbers Map 3. So, he starts off with an SMW level. Then he goes SMBU. And then we have a problem because I'm not sure what happened, but we lost the signal for some reason or another. And then we had a 3D World course, which I highlighted already, which was really fun, blah blah blah. And then there was like Frog Suit level, which was pretty cool. It was pretty short though, it gave us some short levels. This one was kind of fun. Wait, am I even sure this is map 3? I don't know, I guess it is. Yeah. So we finished map 3 and then now we're on map 4. Anyway, let's check out map 4. Oh yeah, map 5 is a space then, I remember. There's like so many sky levels. Yeah, he really does. Somebody left some weird comment on the level. Actually died quite a bit on some of these levels. Pretty dangerous stuff. So I believe I actually played this on Wednesday. And I played map 3 on Tuesday. Like after level head, probably. Maybe it was before, I'm not sure which. I might have played Mario before level head. But anyway, oh yeah, and then there's this level which I had played already, but he actually re-uploaded, and so I'm not sure what he changed. And I also probably forgot some stuff too. Well, I mean, I definitely did. I'm just not sure what I forgot. But anyway, anyway, because I was like forgetting stuff and also just playing bad in general, it took me a while to figure out what I was supposed to do. Unfortunately, but I got it in the end. just took a while. Did the green mushroom house thingy, got ourselves a mushroom. This was really not that exciting, but it was still like pretty good auto scroller, particularly the part before the boss fight. Anyway, just about done. Two more highlights to go, and one of them's only 1 hour, and the other one's only 16 minutes. So we had trying to get good at my Chandelure deck. So this is me playing the Fire Pokemon deck quite a bit here. It's not a whole lot to talk about. Played against a wide variety of opposing decks recently. There's just so much you can do in this game. This game actually feels way more balanced than it did a couple of years ago, not gonna lie. Is it in a perfect state? Absolutely not, but whatever, no game is, so. So this was like after the reset already happened. This was like just on Wednesday here, and I don't know, there's not much there really. Let's just move on to the next highlight. So this was me doing a no coins run, which means you have to do easy mode. And there was an auto Mario mixed in here too, which had no coins, which was interesting. Like honestly, I should have skipped it. Like, and what I may start doing is I start skipping levels that have a lengthy world record, or even just if I have too many skips, I might just stop the run and restart. So we'll see what happens. But I am really liking the no coins run. And it's funny, like the no power ups run was giving me PTSD and make me lose time sometimes because I would like try to dodge power ups when I don't need to. So I don't think I'll be doing the no power ups run anymore. I'm gonna stick with the no coins because that just feels better. Because I'm like, because the in easy mode at least, like the players are constantly dropping power ups on your head. Like I think I would have an easier time doing normal without power ups, to be honest. Especially if because I'm allowed to die, right? As opposed to doing Nuzlocke in normal or whatever the other challenge was, damageless. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if there was any good levels at all to play. Well, there was a good car one, but that was the one that happened. I saw the car one on Tuesday. The car level on Tuesday was pretty good. And that's it. So, yeah, that was my first time getting 16 clears, and it took me 16 minutes, 16 and a half minutes, really. So I definitely have some improvements to make because the world record holder is slightly under 11 minutes, I think. Something like that. So I definitely have some improvements to make. But anyway, yeah, so that's not too bad. I can definitely improve. And so I'm gonna continue to do the no coins runs for a while. I'll probably do a few Nuzlocks too, just 'cause I know I can get better than 21. I just won't do them all that often because I don't want to stress myself out too much. Anyway, I noticed somebody's streaming. I want to go check out their stream probably. So that's good timing because we need to end the stream, end the video now. So thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you next week, if not sooner, on YouTube. And if you haven't checked out my Twitch channel yet, here it is. My name is Rating Strategy on Twitch. Feel free to check it out, and you can see me live, and we can chat, give the stream some interactivity. I think you might be surprised by how fun it could be if you have the extra energy to type along as I game.